We know that Andrew Luck and RG3 are the two highest rated quarterbacks in this year's draft. There's a pretty big drop off after that. Still, there's a good chance that another quarterback, probably Ryan Tannehill, will go in the first round and possibly as high as number 10, top 10, top 5. But is he the next best quarterback in the draft? That is the debate we have, and for that we have our draft expert Nolan Naraki. And Nolan, Tannehill only started at quarterback for like a year and a half in college. He was a wide receiver before that. So he's really being projected just on how he will become as a quarterback in the NFL. On talent alone, from what you've seen, does he have the most upside?
He's very similar to Blaine Gabbert when he was coming out last year. He's the third quarterback overall drafted. I think we saw him struggle a lot in Jacksonville because his instincts weren't developed enough in the pocket. He just was very raw as a quarterback. I think we're going to see a similar situation with Ryan Tannehill. He can easily go in the top 10, but you look at him in the pocket and you just wish he were more developed, wish he could see the field better, and wish his passing instincts were much more honed. So I think it's a very similar situation.
Given the way Gabbert played his rookie year, it's got to be a scary comparison for a lot of NFL evaluators. You have a second round grade. It started as a third, has moved up to a second round grade on Tannehill, but he's probably going to go in the top 5 or 10. You obviously don't think so. If there's someone else out there, who should be the third quarterback taken?
Well, Michigan State quarterback Kirk Cousins really stands out to me. He's got outstanding intangibles, very smart. I think he's going to be able to pick up an offense very quickly. He really fits best in a West Coast type of system, similar to Andy Dalton last season. If he goes into the right situation, I think he could be an impact contributor.
And Dalton, a lot of success being thrown in as a rookie in Cincinnati last year. Given that that's the trend recently, that rookies are going to have to be thrown in the starting lineup, which quarterback in this year's draft, besides Andrew Luck and RG3, that's too easy, which one do you think could have the most success in his rookie year?
Well, Brandon Weeden coming into the year was a top senior quarterback to me. I think he's shown throughout his senior season that he's got a lot more to him. He beat Andrew Luck, he beat Robert Griffin, he beat Ryan Tannehill, but nobody's really talking about him as being a legitimate starter. I think he will be in due time. You'd like to have him as a backup for this guy that's got the tools to step in and make an immediate contribution.
And having been a professional, he was a minor league baseball player, kind of has that attitude, knows what it takes to be a professional athlete. So if you're a GM and you need a quarterback, would you feel comfortable taking anyone besides Luck and RG3 in the first round?
Well, from an evaluating perspective, it would really pain me. You'd want to always take the best player, and none of these other quarterbacks grade out as true first-round talents. From a GM perspective, you look at how the money's changed the first round. Jake Locker last season was, you look at his average per year, at the 8th overall slot, he's making $3.15 million per year. You look at the backup quarterbacks in today's game now. Jason Campbell just signed a deal that averages $3.5 million with the Chicago Bears. Same thing with Kyle Orton in Dallas. So I think any time after that 8th slot overall, you look down in the first round, and it makes sense to find a quarterback because you're essentially paying backup money.
Yeah, we saw it last year. Ponder went much earlier than expected. Locker went much earlier. It's probably going to happen again this year. Just who and where are the questions? It's just one of many debates around this year's draft. You can check them all out at ProFootballWeekly.com.